Why you wanna fly, blackbird? You ain't never gonna fly. Depression tells me to prepare for the worst. Life always wins. Uncaring of how strong or independent I may be, he writes my prescription. It reads, suicide. The pharmacy, me. He noticed the sadness behind my smile, the slower pace in which I walked, tardiness when the task of leaving my bed was too much. He noticed the lifeless tone hiding beneath my voice, the silence in which I sat, darkness around my eyes when insomnia qualified as my best friend. He read between the lines when I stated, I'm tired. But hope, you did not. I create the line of melatonin, Benadryl, Zyrtec, staring at them until my eyelids can no longer hold up the weight of deciding my fate. When I'm sitting in the bathtub with the lights low, I slit my wrist because who says you can't heal pain with pain? Hope, where are you? Depression reminds me that it's the little things that matter because they are the bullets in his gun. Like my PTSD flaring every time I drive past an electrical pole because the only thing I can remember is the sound of smashing glass as my body cringed in excruciating pain. I gained enough fear to carry with me for a lifetime. Hope, I need you. You instill within me that life's like a run-on sentence with no place to rest. That when another word appears, I should treat it like a hurdle at a track meet, an obstacle in a path that's destined to be conquered. Hope reminds me that I am resilient, unmatched. She shows me the frame seated at my desk, awakening me to grandma Katie when times get rough, talented enough. She sends me the message, I'm proud of you, from my mother when I think I'm inferior. Loved, genuine. She sends me the joys of family when lonely shows up. Hope tells me that depression, you can't have me. Because when the church instructed me to pray, she is the one who brought it to life. She reminds me of how much I love myself, that I am someone on a path to greatness with millions of lives to touch. And when depression returns with his raised gun, he'll ask, are you ready to put a period to life's run-on sentence? My answer will be no. A semicolon is far greater instead because I choose to live. My name is Taraja Kashay. I am a senior and my major is elementary education with an emphasis in English, and I'm expected to graduate May of 2020. I have been writing since my freshman year of college. However, I started journaling in high school. Didn't really turn into writing until I got to USM, and my English teacher put me on my first stage, and it took off once I joined the organization Chaos. Chaos is a collective hip-hop and artistically original society, and it's basically a group of poets, singers, rappers, dancers, any expressive arts, and we all come together and we perfect our craft and we put on one big showcase a semester. In the fall we do Rhyme and Reason, and in the spring we do Chocolate and Candlelight. Rhyme and Reason is just the open showcase where there's no theme. However, Chocolate and Candlelight, we do more love themes. So that is Chaos, and that is where I got majority of my structure and training from. I like to describe my style of writing as more awareness. I say awareness because I like to write pieces about current events that may have angered me in some way. For example, I have a piece for Eric Garner, and that one was basically me giving Eric Garner a voice of what it may have felt like in his final moments of life. My biggest inspiration when I write poetry is anger. I like to consider myself an angry poet. I feel like anger is a surface level emotion, but I feel like that's the emotion that's felt most. I always say I'm an angry poet to be a happy person. So I like anything that angers me, I like to write it, I like to perform it and get it off my chest. The poem that I performed for you was called Referral for Perseverance. And the motivation behind that piece was basically me coming out of a deep depression where I endured a car accident and suffered PTSD. What I wanted to do with that poem is to tell people that yes, I'm a performer. Yes, I may be considered a strong woman to you. However, I do go through my own trials and tribulations. So with that piece, I wanted to show people that, you're not the only one dealing with depression, but this is how you can overcome it. So when I go back and forth talking about depression and hope, and they're conflicting with each other, I want people to know that hope always wins in the end. When I write, I am very weird. Weird as in I am probably playing some classical music. My favorite classical piece of music right now is Moonlight Sonata, and I'm usually dancing in my room. And I may dance for 3 hours and finally get one line on the paper. So it takes me a very long time to write. However, once I start a piece, I have to finish it that day and that time, or I will lose my train of thought. Writing to me means an expressive outlet. If you can't say something, you can write it. So I feel like my writings are things I can't say, but then I prep myself to say when I perform it. So writing to me is my unspoken voice in the moment until I get to the point where I perform it. I'm a writer at heart, and writing is like my hobby, my life, my everything. So yes. On March 11th, I will be performing with the organization Chaos, and I would love for you to be there.